My Dior book tote was deemed defective, and this is what I got instead. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Celesta. We talk about all things luxury shopping and handbags. If you love those things, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification. I do post videos twice a week. So I wanted to run through what the heck happened with my Dior book tote and the process. I feel like they kind of handle these things on a case-by-case basis, but I wanted to kind of run through what happened with mine, what they did, what I ended up picking, and then of course, showing the unboxing and everything there. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as you guys know, I have had my medium Dior book tote in the gray Toit de Jouy. I got it in Hawaii for $2,800 back in 2021. This was also when the Dior store was attached to the duty-free mall, which is obviously no longer there anymore. Shortly after I bought it, they moved outside of the duty-free. So when it was still attached to the duty-free, you're able to shop tax-free, even though you were an American citizen. So I paid $2,800 for a Dior book tote, which keep in mind the book tote now retails for $34.50. I slowly started to notice that the edges of the bag started to turn like an orangey brown color, and no one was really talking about it. To be honest, I chalked it up to like, oh, maybe when I was like wearing the bag or took it on and off, like I don't do like spray tan or anything, but like as I was kind of like taking it on and off, maybe it rubbed against my face. Maybe it's foundation. Like I really wanted to be like, oh, maybe I did this to the bag, whatever. And then I saw other people talking about how the glue oxidizes and turns like an orangey brown color. And I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what happened to mine. Mine was not as bad as kind of what I've been seeing other people have. The thought process was I wanted to wait until I was done with the bag, because you guys know I don't really view bags in my collection as like permanent handbags anymore. And so I figured once I'm done with the bag, I will exchange it for a brand new one, fresh, full set, everything from, and then resell it so I can also maximize my profit. The downside is that right now in 2026, people don't really care for the Dior book tote, especially not like the older styles. And so the resale value of the book tote is not great. It's probably around like $1,400 to $1,800. So I'd still lose at least $1,000 from what I paid for it. So when I took it into Dior, I took it into the Valley Fair store in San Jose, and I sent the bag in, and a couple weeks later they followed up. It took a little bit longer than I was kind of expecting, to be honest, but neither here nor there. I was doing a lot of traveling, so it kind of didn't matter. I finally got the call and they presented two options to me. Option one is I can exchange the bag for another book tote. I think it would have to be like a medium book tote, but it doesn't have to be the same print. So I could do like the oblique canvas. I could do like a pink Toit de Jouy. I could do a gray Toit de Jouy. I could also potentially do like the newer book tote designs, but I would have to pay the difference. On top of that, I would still have to owe sales tax because I did not pay sales tax on the book tote when I bought it in Hawaii. Option two is they would give me $2,800 in credit and I can spend it in one go, essentially, because $2,800 is what I paid for it, even though the bag is currently selling for $34.50. So I kind of thought, okay, I don't think I really want another book tote. So I thought long and hard about kind of what I want to get next. And this is such a first world problem. This is such a champagne problem, but I literally was scrolling for weeks and weeks and weeks and like going into stores. Like I just didn't know what I wanted to get because there's nothing that I want to get that badly that I think it is worth spending more than $2,800 on, because realistically, there's nothing at Dior that's just around $2,800 that I would like. On top of that, anything that is less, so if I were to get shoes, SLGs, anything that's less than the $2,800, I would forego the remaining value. So hypothetically, if I got a $500 card holder, I would lose the remaining, I don't know, $2,500 or whatever it is. Also, in the same month in May, I just came back from Europe. I came back with 2 designer bags, and it just like, at the end of the day, it just didn't feel responsible to buy yet another designer handbag and shell out way more money than I intended to. So we can already rule out the Lady Dior. We can already rule out like kind of the, you know, the $5,000, $6,000 buys, because realistically, I didn't want to spend more than $1,000 in addition to the credit to get this bag, because I'd already spent so much 2 weeks prior. And so I narrowed down my options. And I was like, okay, I can either get the My Dior mini bag. I think that's really cute. It has a cute little bow. I really like the new bow that Jonathan Anderson has been doing. And I was like, okay, so this is really cute. It does come with a crossbody chain strap. I don't know that I love wearing crossbodies anymore. And I also don't know that I really reach for a wallet on chain, but I do feel like because this was $32.50, I wasn't really paying that much out of pocket to get this bag. They also had so many color variations, and I feel like because of the new bow edition, like maybe it would be a fun little thing to add to my collection. The second option is the micro DJoy. I do have the small DJoy. This is her. We have it in the beaded print. And I feel like the micro DJoy was also a really fun option because I actually really like my small DJoy. It's heavy, it's hard to get into, but I feel like the micro is actually really, really cute. The micro also retails for $36.50. There's another version of this that's white with the hearts. So that one is $3,800. So I'd pay exactly $1,000 over the credit plus sales tax. And I was kind of going back and forth between the two options. And then most recently, Dior released like a medallion flat bag, that's kind of their newest logo. But the thing with Dior, I feel, is that they kind of go through like identity crisis every couple years. I feel like they don't really stick to a logo, and these are the type of bags like the Caro bag, the Bobby bag. Those are the bags right now that you're gonna see at the Dior outlet for, you know, $1,000 off or whatever, because they kind of cycle through these logos every couple years. So although I like the logo, I don't know that I love it, and I also don't feel like there's anything that special about the bag that was like, you should get it. So all this to say, we did inevitably make a purchase. I think this is the best one for me at this moment. I don't know that this is going to be a forever bag in my collection. I also feel like this retains its value relatively well. So in the event that I am over this or it's too small or whatever in like a year or two, then it's not the end of the world either. But the sales associate at Dior was also so patient with me because, girl, I was going back and forth. So this is her. She's wrapped up very nicely. I feel like based on what I was saying, I bet you can probably already guess what I got. But, oh wait, there's more. There's more. And this is her. This is the Micro DJoy in a cute little light pink color. I felt like that was kind of what I was missing in my collection. I feel like I was kind of missing a light pink tiny, as I'm looking in my viewfinder with the 4 pink bags up at the top. But in my head, I felt like this was what I was missing. Realistically, if this goes well, if this works out well for me, I could see myself keeping this and getting rid of my mini Jody. But this is her. This is kind of the size comparison between the small and the micro. They do now have a mini size that they released, but I felt like if I got the mini size, it was just a little bit too close to the small, and it's hard to justify keeping both. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing like a comparison video, or if you just want like an in-depth video on the micro. But this obviously is in the light pink color, has kind of the champagne gold hardware, light gold hardware, and it is in light pink lambskin. I think she is so stinking cute. It does also come with, very similar to the small, it also comes with a shoulder strap and a crossbody, and the crossbody is adjustable, except realistically, even with the small, I've never worn the crossbody, so we can just toss that. I do feel like the shoulder strap, just trying it on in stores, I feel like the shoulder strap is a tad too short, like one link too short. I would love it if it was just a tad longer. So this is what she looks like on, like it really sits like kind of close up to your armpit. I would love it if it was like a tad longer, but honestly, all things considered, I think realistically, I'd just be wearing it as a little top handle like this quite often. I think we can all admit that this is not going to fit very much, but if you guys are interested in like a full in-depth review, let me know. I'm not gonna lie, this was a very difficult decision. As you know, I mean, First world problems, of course. But this was actually a really hard decision because I feel like I kind of pride myself on not making impulse purchases. I pride myself on really limiting the number of handbags and just like the pure amount that I'm spending every month. And it felt wrong to, you know, spend, like I essentially had to spend more money to get this bag. And of course, it was really nice of Dior to honor their like customer service and quality assurance and all of this stuff with the book tote. But I think part of me feels a little bit guilty that I bought 3 designer handbags in a 1 month, 30-day span. So I'm still trying to work through that. And I'm sure the more that I use this bag, the more I will get over it. But that is what we got. That is what happened. Let me know if you guys have any questions about that process, but check your book totes to see if yours also has any kind of oxidation. Some people were saying online that Dior only has a 5-year warranty. Other people said that theirs was older than 5 years and had no issue bringing it in. Mine would have been 5 years in, I think, either August or October. So definitely keep an eye out for that. I also didn't bring in a receipt. You don't need a receipt. It's all in my profile, and so they were able to find it very easily. Pretty much no questions asked other than what's wrong with it. So I will have to say, I think the experience of the exchange was really great. I do like what I picked. I don't know that it's a forever bag in my collection, but I think I also just need to get over like a little bit of that guilt feeling so far. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was fun for you guys. I feel like I've been doing so many unboxings recently, and this is just like not a reflection of like my usual day-to-day spend. You probably won't see an unboxing from me for a while after this, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll leave another video for you guys here, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!